Good morning, everyone. What's up to all my hoodies? Please come on in. Make sure you like and share the video. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Please support. Please share. We are on the road to, and we are nowhere near there, but we are on the road to 10K. Even though we only a little bit over 5K, I'm speaking it into existence. We are on the road to 10K. So again, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That likes also really matter, you guys, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. It is now Thursday, April 27th, 2023. I hope everybody is having a good day, is looking forward to a nice weekend, and hopefully you'll be having some good weather this weekend. Um, I won't be on here long. I just want to discuss a few things with you guys. And first of all, a lot of you have already heard or been made aware that the well-known Jerry Springer from the Jerry Springer Show has passed away. So it's all over the internet. It's trending. I just found out probably about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes ago that Jerry Springer has passed away. And at the time, I was looking at updates of Jamie Foxx to see how he was doing. So that's why I put him in the title as well, because I do want to wish him, the best of many blessings towards his recovery. Many prayers to Jamie Foxx. Condolences to Jerry Springer's family, his friends. I know he has a lot of fans out there, even though his show, the show that he did, it was actually several different shows that he had, but the main one that we're very familiar with was the Jerry Springer Talk Show. And the Jerry Springer Talk Show that lasted for many years. I remember it started before the no, it started at 1990. Yeah, it was in the 90s. It started in the 90s. I remember around that time because I was still in school, and that was like the thing to be discussing at school, after school. Oh my God, did you watch the Jerry Springer Show? It went down on the Jerry Springer Show, and it was always a riot when we found out that somebody from our community, like back then, everybody knew somebody who had, personally, who had been on the Jerry Springer Show. It was like people, even in the hood, was trying to get on the Jerry Springer Show. I'm like, come on, y'all doing too much. But I think that's because people thought that you could, get paid and all that kind of stuff, from being on those type of talk shows. Because back then, that's when all the talk shows was ratchet, like real ratchet. And Jerry Springer was one of the most ratchet TV talk shows back then. And then also, after the Jerry Springer Show had started, it had a spinoff. It actually has several spinoffs to the Jerry Springer Show. And the one that was Too Hot for TV, I don't know if y'all remember that one, the Too Hot for TV Jerry Springer Show. That was the one where basically they took like a whole bunch of clips or episodes, different scenes from the most popular shows. Like somewhere somebody might have got naked. You know how the ladies used to come on there and they used to take their tops off and throw their bras and lift their shirts up, and just the ones that were really censored for nudity and profanity and violence, that was edited from the main show, the one that they aired for the public. So yeah, they had made like DVDs and they had started selling them, and they named them Too Hot for TV. Those are really hot. And those are really popular. Back then, they even had it on monthly pay-per-view, video on demand, and on DVDs back then. Y'all remember what DVDs are? Yeah, DVDs. I don't think anybody watches DVDs anymore. And I have a lot of DVDs around here that I don't even watch anymore. But yeah. Yeah, VHS tape too. Yep. What's up, Leo Lion? Yep. A lot of people had them on the VHS tapes. I got a few VHS tapes. I got a lot of DVDs, but I do still have a few VHS tapes. I don't know why I got some things. I don't know why. And when I move, like every time I move to a different house, I still keep bringing these VHS tapes along for the ride. So in the basement here in my new house that I moved to last year, I still have like a box of VHS tapes and I still have some DVDs. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. But yes, what's up, Don Play? Hey, yes, rest in peace to Jerry Springer. He was that and a bag of chips, if I can use some 90s slang, because that's when his show came out back in the 90s. He was all that and a bag of chips back then. And that was just one of those shows, again, that you would run home to and, you know, watch because you couldn't miss an episode, especially if you knew it was somebody locally in your city or your community that was going to be on there. And also, that was like a lot of subjects, a lot of topics, and school would be surrounding the Jerry Springer show. So yeah, rest in peace to Jerry Springer. Um, may God rest his soul. That's, you know, hey. But also as far as Jamie Foxx, again, Jamie Foxx, he's on the men's as well. So again, I want to send many prayers up to Jamie Foxx. Y'all might not know, but Jamie Foxx is one of my all-time favorite comedians, actors, singers. Oh my God. As far as his music and stuff, I can still remember the weekends when I would get up on the weekends and I would clean my home. And you know how people get up on Saturdays and they do all their cleaning and stuff. And Jamie Foxx, one of his albums, let me see, what was the name of that album? Unpredictable. That's it. Oh my God. Unpredictable. Y'all remember that song? But yeah, that song had came out in like 2000, I want to say 2005, 2004, somewhere around there. But yeah, that CD, Unpredictable, I played that whole CD front to back and forth, like, every Saturday morning. I would have it blasting. Like, I used to have these really big, huge speakers. Um, when my children were growing up, and I used to have these big speakers, and we would every Saturday open all the windows, to get the nice fresh air in while we're cleaning, and I'll be blasting Jamie Foxx, like that CD right there. But I love me some Jamie Foxx. What's up, Icy? How you doing, boo? How you doing? And I did drop the StreamYard link just in case anybody wants to jump on the StreamYard. But yeah, so rest in peace to Jerry Springer. Shout out to Jamie Foxx, who is doing a lot better. And from what I read, let me see. Let me go back to my little notes here. And then we're going to get into a little beef sector mess. Okay. But you said listen at the plantation. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. But yes, what they saying is Jamie Foxx basically he was working on a new movie and he passed out and they said it was like really touch and go for days and he had to be revived, meaning he must have died maybe even several times, but they did say they had to revive him. But they say, yeah, he was, what they're saying is they're not really clear if it was a stroke, but that's the speculation right now for Jamie Foxx for what might have been going on with him. And they said, this is his first like film that he's been on set. They said it was really stressful. There was a lot of stressful events or situations on the set. And of course, this is his first like film that he's done in a very, very long time. So I don't know if it was because of the stress, but that's what they're speculating, that it was like a lot of stress for him, and that he always had like high blood pressure issues, and you know how it is with high blood pressure. That is something that a lot of people deal with. high blood pressure. Uh, I have a cousin who deals with high blood pressure, and she be going to the hospital sometime. Having those issues with her sugar and diabetes, and just different kind of things like that. But they said that he is recovering. They said that he is recovering. But yeah, right now they're saying it's an undisclosed medical complication. That's what even his daughter is saying. But from what some people are leaking out, it does sound like it might have been a stroke. It does have, and people are having those more and more often at younger ages, these days. But regardless of what it is, I just hope that he, feels better, and hope that he's back to himself, and maybe can finish the movie or the film that he's working on, and maybe even get back to some music. But yeah, what his daughter has said was he's still under observation right now. He's hospitalized in Georgia. And his daughter said, we wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. This was, of course, a few days back when it happened. And she said, luckily, due to a quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. And that's from his daughter again, Kareem Foxx. And she said, we know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. And the family asked for privacy during this time. And of course, when people say their family, appreciates or requests some privacy, y'all already know how it goes down with the blogs and the entertainment world, the media, the internet. They still gonna speculate, and they still gonna give their opinions and everything like that. But I just pray that again he is back to himself 100%. That he recoups from this, and whatever it is that the doctors will handle it. So prayers to Jamie Foxx, prayers to his family, his children, even to the doctors down there that are taking care of them. Let God move through their hands to help him get better, and everything like that. So Leo the Lion said, I heard Jamie had too much going on. Wonder, was he taking his blood pressure medication? But yeah, I heard a stroke. Yeah, that's what I was hearing, was a stroke. But, with his, doctor and family, and nobody wanted to really say exactly what it was. Yeah, I think it might have been a stroke as well. But again, especially when it comes to certain people like us black folks, we have to be careful, because a lot of us are raised on certain things, and our parents was raised on certain things, and I think that is basically what is the reason for some of us in our 50s and 40s and early 60s having these strokes and heart attacks and different things like that, because we're just used to doing and eating certain things, and we got to change that. We do got to change that. But then again, there are some very healthy people who walk around here looking like some horses. Looking like a strong horse. Like what my grandma used to say, she used to call young men, or boys, young strapping young men or something like that, because she was like, how y'all always talking about y'all tired, or y'all can't get a job, just talking to young guys in general. Y'all walking around here strapping young men and ain't got nothing to do, they ain't accomplished nothing. But yeah, so there are some people who have situations like that who appear to be very, very healthy, but you never know what's going on underneath. So people, get checked out, especially the older you get. Make sure you get checked out. Make sure you go to your doctor's appointments and things like that, so that you can remain healthy. And Leo said there's no pictures posted on social media showing Jamie, so it's definitely might was something very. Oh yeah, I believe it. Very serious. I believe it. And a lot of times when it's very, very serious like that, people keep it really secretive, just because a lot of people sometimes can be very cruel and very mean. And I hope nobody's out there being that way towards Jamie or his family. But we see it all the time in social media. We see it all the time. You would think people be like, oh, prayers up, and let's say a few Hail Marys, and things like that. But it's always somebody out there to be cruel and be slanderous and making up stories, and just things like that. So a lot of people, when things happen really serious with their family members, when it comes to death or sicknesses, or even with having children and getting pregnant and getting married, it's just like when you live in a spotlight like that, a lot of people try to keep things under wraps for as long as they can. It's going to eventually get out there, but they do try to keep it under wraps for as long as they can. And I understand why. I understand why. And I'm no celebrity or nothing like that, even though some people on here, even in the B sector, be like, we're not celebrities per se, but we are social media influencers. And, when people see you out in public, like, I don't know how many times people have seen me out in public. And when I go out in public, I be trying to be incognito. I be having on big old shades and, things like that. Still wear my mask a lot, things like that. Because sometimes, people will recognize you and you don't never know if they for the good or if they for the bad. And although I've been in my city all my life, I done have people come to me and say, hey, ain't you the hood table? And I'll be like, yeah. Oh yeah, I was watching you that one day when you was. Oh yeah, I love your show, and I'd be like, oh okay. I mean, sometimes you just don't never know how people are going to come off to you in public. So yeah, I do be trying to be incognito even in my own city. But yeah, so again, one more again, let's throw up some prayers for Jamie Foxx and his family and his children and everything, that he recuperates down there and is back on his feet as soon as possible. Now, other than those two trending news topics, what I want to discuss was a little bit about little B sector stuff. I was watching the B sector, the other day. I had caught some of Decop for Life's her panel where she had QI and VS on there, and I don't know, child. It was so much funny stuff that I had heard on Decop for Life's channel last night when she was talking to VS. And it was so funny because when VS and QI had jumped on the panel, I think who jumped on first? Was it VS? I think VS came on first and QI got down because she had to do something, or she had to give her cousin, or she said she had to do something. And then I think she said give somebody some keys or something. But anyway, and then QI came back on the panel. And I'm telling you, when QI and VS was going back and forth, the facial expression on Decop for Life, it was priceless. Like her smirk, her smiling, her trying not to bust out laughing. Decop. Decop for Life, you had me laughing. Like I was staring at, I swear to God, I was listening to QI and VS talking and going back and forth, but I was watching Decop for Life's facial expression because they was giving me life. They was giving me everything. But QI and VS, they were having a discussion on Decop for Life's channel. And I guess QI she had got up there to have a conversation with VS, but then she quickly got down. Like after VS started, grilling her, no pun intended, about her teeth. Because I guess VS was telling her, QI said she had went to the dentist the other day, or she was supposed to have some dental work the other day when I guess VS wanted her to be on her panel. The VS had a lesbian panel, and I didn't watch it because I don't know. I dipped in and out. It was a panel of lesbians, and I figured they'd be talking about lesbianic stuff. So I was like, I just went to my Netflix, started watching Netflix. But yeah, she did get a lot of views on that, so I'm sure a lot of people did enjoy the show. But you guys can check it out if you want. But yeah, and I guess she had sent QI a message a few days before that, asking her, to be on the panel. And VS was asking her, about that. Did you ever get my text? And she was like, oh, well, I didn't get it till later, or it was too late, or something like that. And I was watching, but I was, in and out. because I had something going on. I was out in the yard or something like that. Then she said she was supposed to be getting something done to her teeth, and just different stuff that she was saying. And VS was like, "Oh, really? You what you getting done to your teeth?" Ah, she was like, "What you getting done to your teeth?" And she said, "Well, there's a lot of different things that's supposed to be done." And VS was like, "Well, weren't you supposed to get that stuff done like years ago?" Well, I had, things going on with my grandma, something. And VS said, "Well, didn't your grandma die like a year and a half ago?" And this whole time, I'm telling you, I'm watching Decop's face because Decop just look like she just want to bust out laughing. You know how some people be finding so much humor in people going back and forth for what they might be saying to each other, and they don't want nobody to see them laugh, so they'll turn their camera off so that people can't see them bust out laughing. But Decop left her camera on, and I'm telling you, it was hilarious just watching her trying to, contain herself. But yes, I was over there getting my life, and so then, what had happened then? Okay, so then, she was explaining to her, yeah, my grandma died a year and a half ago, but I had this going on, I had that going on, and and so VS was like, well, you were supposed to get a lot of stuff done to your teeth, so what did you get done? Because a lot of people used to talk about her teeth back in the, what you want to call it, the DC gay days. And I really never paid attention to her mouth. I don't think I ever when she talks, she kind of, how some people talk, they don't really like show all their teeth or anything. So, and I don't be necessarily looking at people's mouth, but I don't know. VS made it seem like her grill needed a lot of work. So, she said, "Well, what have you got done?" And she said, "Well, I got it whitened." And I guess I can see why VS was saying, "Well, what the hell you get your teeth whitened for when you still smoke cigarettes? You still smoke cigarettes, right?" And yeah, she said, "Yeah, I still smoke cigarettes." And so VS was like, "Well, why are you getting your teeth clean? Why are you getting them whitened if you still smoking and you still going to get them? They're going to eventually turn back brown or yellow or whatever from the nicotine." And that's when QI said, "Well, my insurance paid for it, so why not get them white?" And then the point where QI dropped down off the panel was when VS said, "Your insurance? What kind of insurance? Medicaid? Because you sure ain't got no damn job, so I know your job insurance ain't paid for." That's when QI was like, "Okay, I done had enough here. I did not come on here to talk about my personal life, my personal situation, what the doctor did to my teeth, what they ain't done to my teeth." Man. She's like, "I ain't trying to talk about what kind of insurance I got, Medicaid, Medicare, shoot, Blue Cross Blue Shield." She wasn't trying to hear that. So that's when QI dropped off the panel. And she basically said, "I'm not here to discuss that. I don't want to discuss my personal life and all that kind of stuff." And VS was like, "Oh, but you ain't got no problem discussing me and things about me over there in the Mo 3 sector on panels now, do ya?" Child, I don't know what was said, but I guess there's a YouTuber over there in the Mo 3 sector named, what's his name, Trigger Man or Trigger Man or something like that. I tried to find his page. I think I did find his page, but the guy's page that I found had like 13,000 subscribers, and I didn't see any video over there with the B sector in the title or VS or QI or Bayless or anything, because Bayless was supposedly over there too on the panel with QI discussing VS. And I tried to find the video, but I couldn't find the video. So I'm like, I think this is the panel. I think this is the guy, but I just couldn't find the video. But anyway, yeah, she had dropped down. But she eventually came back. She eventually came back on the panel, and they continued on their conversation. But it seemed like more of a it seemed kind of like VS was not interviewing her, but basically like it was kind of like a question and answer thing, kind of. But VS, boy, every time it's funny because even back in the past when her and QI used to mess around or talk or whatever, the DC Gate days and all that type of stuff, it was always funny how QI was stutter. Like when VS would be asking her questions, and it was always so funny because I'd be like, "Girl, stand 10 toes down, girl. You supposed to be a stud. Your stud is not stuttering. You stuttering, but your stud is not stuttering." What's up, Aisha Stockton? How you doing, love? And I'll be like, that used to happen back in the day, and I'll be laughing, and that's why a lot of people used to talk about QI, because they were like, man, VS can say and do anything to you, and you ain't got no backbone, and you you be let her embarrass you and drag you and all this kind of stuff, So now in 2023, over 3 years since VS been off of here, and much longer for the DC gate, QI still acts the same way when VS be grilling her, asking her questions. And it's still funny. And that's why D-Cop was probably over there just laughing her butt off and had that smirk on her face the whole time while they was on her panel discussing the shit. I was like, boy, just be honest. QI, just be honest, because the one thing about QI, you can tell when she lying or when she trying to get her story together or when she trying to, put something together and make 2 + 2 = 4, but it don't be equal in 4. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just found that real hilarious. What was going on D-Cop, and it was like god dang, how long was it live? I think it was it 8 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours? I didn't watch the whole thing. I was red balling. I was red balling and stuff. But the main thing was VS, she had an issue with QI discussing her on that panel. And they actually wanted to do an exclusive with QI and ask her all kind of questions and get all the tea on VS, which she said she declined. She said that she wasn't going to, and VS said, you bet not have, because if you did, then I would tell them how I fucked you. And I was like, huh? Hold up. Ain't QI a stud? Now, I remember a conversation on somebody's panel, and I'm not even going to lie and say a name of the panel because I really don't remember. But I remember the conversation, and it was with QI, and it was with somebody else. I mean, not QI. I'm sorry. It was with J Dunn and somebody else, and they were discussing, do gay people, like lesbians, is there a top and a bottom in the relationship? And J Dunn was like, we don't call each other tops and bottoms, stuff like that. We might call each other versatile or, something like that. But she was like, we don't call each other tops and bottoms. And so when I heard VS say, if you do go on there and have an exclusive interview about me, I'm going to tell them how I fucked you. I'm like, oh. What? Hold up, VS, and VS, the way she said it, well, she was like, I'll tell them everything. I'll describe details. And I'm like, huh? What had happened? What else happened in DC? I think there's some part of DC gate that we missed. Now, I remember the dirty dildo. I remember QI had brought a dildo that she had used on somebody else. And that part I could never get over. Like, why would you use a sex toy that you use on an ex with somebody new that you're in a relationship with? Like, why? Why? I don't. And let me see who this is on here. Somebody's in the back. Let me see. Let me see. Let me put on my banner. I just gotta make sure I think I know who it is. I'm gonna put one of my cake pictures up here. I'll use that for a banner. Hello. What up, bro? What up, bro? All right, you can turn your camera off. How what you doing? I'm just on here talking shit this morning, after we, discussed Jerry Springer, who passed away, and, praying for Jamie Foxx, that he continues to get better. Then we went into like the little B sector stuff. But y'all, that picture that I put on here, that's one of the pictures that from one of the orders that I made a long time ago for somebody who was throwing a birthday party for a teacher, and they wanted a teacher's theme, a grade school teacher's theme for some cupcakes. And those are the cupcakes I made. As you can see, all the decorations on top are fondant. They are handmade and handcrafted out of sugar fondant that I had made and put on top of the cupcakes. But yeah, I did post a link, or actually pinned the link in here for my cake decorating channel. So if everybody can please click on the link that's pinned to the top for my cake decorating channel, I would greatly appreciate that. And you guys support me over there, because yes, I am a personal custom cake decorator. I do cakes and desserts and table treats and things like that. But yeah, so what's up, bro? How you doing, boo?
I'm good. Just up here. Shit, gonna clock in late. Had to bring my wife about an hour.
Where's she
She
at?
so, she up here handling some business. You know, she a notary, so
Oh,
uh,
she's already she's not there with you.
yeah, she just up inside
Oh,
at the restaurant. Yeah, she meeting with her client. She almost done. And I'm
okay,
going to
okay.
work. I'm gonna go back to work. But no, I'm just up here. Just I can't have my wife out on the road by herself.
Oh, okay. I was
Uh,
gonna say if she was right there, I was about to say hi. That's why I said is she right there?
No,
Cause
she's good. I'm pretty sure if she'll probably come up in here before you get up off. I just we had to come up here to Centerville, Texas, which is about an hour east.
oh yeah,
So
that's what's up.
you know how we get it, sis. I work. I take our work, go back to work. She
Mhm,
work for her damn self. So you
mhm.
know,
I
we
know
just
how it
enjoy
goes.
being grandparents. You already know we get every day is a countdown to empty nesting.
Child, you know I already know you, but yeah. Oh, and thank you, Leon. Excuse me. Leon in the chat said, you are very welcome. Yes, I mean very talented. Yes, 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 yes. Here's a couple of more pics of my work. But yeah, I would definitely appreciate it if you guys could click that link that's pinned to the top, my cake decorating channel. Please and thank you very much. I will be doing some cakes in a few weeks. I don't videotape all of my cakes that I do or all of my treats that I do, because it's very time consuming already to make a personal custom design cake. And if you're like recording it and all that kind of stuff, it's just very, very time consuming. But I try to do several videos a month. So those are just a few. Those are just a few. But yes, so it's Tanya's Delights, Slice by Slice. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on IG. So if you want to follow me on IG or Facebook, I would appreciate that too. But definitely click that link that's pinned to the top, and subscribe to my YouTube channel called Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice. But yes, we were discussing. So, bro, we were discussing right now, and I want to discuss Brianna in a second because she got into it with this lady named Uppity Negro Goddess. But I'm gonna discuss her last. But yeah, I was just discussing how this VS, and a lot of people are familiar with VS, how she had basically threatened QI the other day that if she goes on a panel and has an exclusive interview with her, then she was gonna go over there and tell all the old Mo 3 sector how she fucked QI. And I'm like, hold up, QI is a whole stud who uses a dildo, a strap on other females. So you telling me that down to the DC gate, y'all had QI had tooted that thing up, and then it was crazy because, bro, I don't know if you heard me say it, but
Trifling.
would you? Well, you hold on.
That's just trifling. 100% trifling.
It is trifling, and I want to make sure I ask this correctly because most guys don't use toys, but they're women, and you ain't got to answer this on no personal level, but a lot of women do. But why would somebody, if you was okay, if you was with somebody and y'all broke up and y'all use toys, dildos, and things like that, why when you meet somebody else, you would bring those same toys on a trip to use on your new boo?
That's
Don't
just
you think
trifling.
that's gross?
Yeah, that's trifling. That's cross contamination. Why am
Yeah,
I holding on? Why am I holding on to something? If that's from an old relationship, I'm throwing all the old shit away and getting something new. I mean, hey,
exactly.
shit. I mean, it is what it is. It's a whole lot of couples, married couples, all that. Hey, it is. It's part of being human. I mean, if you get your rocks off like that, if that's what it takes to make the relationship great, then go for it. If you don't need them, then you don't need them. But other than that, to be using something on somebody else, like that's like sharing the same toothbrush. Like really?
Right. Now I can see if it's a toy that you would use on yourself. But to
Yeah.
reuse that over and over again, of
That's
course
what
cleaning it and all that, but
trifling.
using it on somebody else, and then I didn't know studs like to be like to have it tooted up anyway. But that was something new to me. So, I mean, I just thought all studs like to give, like I don't know, like the same thing in gay relationships with guys. But I do know that in guys, there might be a top or bottom, but there's also versatile. And I did hear Jay Dunn say, I think last week, that there are versatile women too. But I just thought studs, I thought they were the ones who like to give. But anyway, man, that shit was so funny over there. I was cracking up when she threatened, and the funniest part about it was when VS threatened to reveal how she fucked QI over in the Most 3 sector. If QI did an exclusive interview about VS, QI just shut down. It went silent. You couldn't hear a pin. It was crickets. She was like,
That's too,
please don't. She said, please don't. I was like, I
that's
said,
tough.
QI, what did VS do to you in the bedroom? What did she do to you in that hotel? Because QI was like, please don't. Please don't.
Mm-mm.
Man, that's oh God. VS
That's
must
just
have had her was turning tricks and all kind of in there.
that's what you get. Be careful what you ask for.
Man, yeah, y'all gotta watch that DC Cop for Life video that she did with VS and QI the other day. That shit was funny. And again, DC Cop, who used to be a cop, that's why her name is DC Cop for Life. But she was up there just trying her hardest not to bust out laughing when they was going back and forth. But to wrap this up, I just wanted to end up talking about Bree and Uppity Negro Goddess. Now, I really don't know this Uppity Negro Goddess, and I don't think you know either, bro. I think they're from like a different sector, but you know who Brianna is. And Uppity Negro Goddess is a female, and she had jumped on Brianna's panel this morning, and okay. So a lot of people know that Brianna is going through some life changes right now. She's going to school. She's back in college, doing really good, and she's also on a weight loss journey. She claims she's going to the gym like every day. Like it's almost been a month and a half or so, and she's been going every day, working out, personal trainer, all this kind of stuff. So this lady named Negro Goddess, what is her name? Uppity Negro Goddess. She got on Brianna's panel this morning, and she was basically telling Brianna, what did she say at first? She said, "Can we do a good knees challenge, bro? You know about the good knees challenge?"
I think is that the one where sis will have sent us that video where you talking about her back or her knees or something.
Yeah.
And,
The good knees challenge, which I can't even do because I done had knee surgery on one knee and I need knee surgery on the other knee, but I'm trying not to, go that route and stuff. I'm trying to, get my weight down and stuff without doing that other surgery. But yeah, I can't do no good knees challenge. I can probably go down 3 drops, three little drops. And then I can't get low, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll never get back up. Ever. I will never get back up. But yeah, she was telling her that can we do a good knees challenge? Can we do a gym challenge? Because a lot of people don't believe that Brianna's really working out and really going to the gym and whatnot. And me personally, I'm just like, if she says she's going to the gym, why can't she be going to the gym? Just because you're big or fat or whatever, don't mean that I don't know, but what got me was the fact that so when she told Brianna, she said, "I heard people say that you can't even fit in your shower."
Mm.
And Brianna was like, "Oh, hold on, I'm about to drag this bitch." Because I'm like, why is this lady talking? I'm like, okay, we must be this lady must be somebody who must be really skinny, really small, really in shape, all this kind of stuff. That's what I'm thinking to myself because I don't know the chick. And so Brianna, she turned on her camera in her bathroom. She said, "Look, my bathroom really, really big. I got a big bathroom." Then the other lady, Uppity Negro Goddess, she turned on her camera, and I don't think she really meant to show herself because first she had
Mm-mm.
it turned on her bathroom, and then the camera turned on her, and I was like, I don't really believe she had meant to do that because first of all, the way her hair was on her head, I was like, what the
Mm.
fuck is this? What's going on here? The lady, she looked not as big as Brianna, but she was a big woman too. You can tell from
Okay.
the top portion of her body, she got really big arms. I mean, she's wide, shoulders, all that. You a big woman too. And you up here talking about, can we do a good knees challenge or a gym challenge or a mukbang challenge? I really hate when people who might be two hamburgers away from being the size of somebody else be talking
Mm.
shit because they ain't that big yet.
Shit,
If
they
you don't
already
get in the gym and start doing what Brianna's doing right now, you could end up the same size as her. So I just hate that. I don't know. Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
Oh, you good? No, that's I understand that shit. I mean, you can't. I mean, shit. If y'all both are eye blink away from a doggone massive heart attack, I mean, why in the hell? You can't talk. Ain't nobody got no better to talk about nobody like when it comes to certain things like that.
Right.
Everybody has their, you know. So to be up here, trying to shame somebody and want to do a challenge, and you are in the same, like the doctor tell you the same thing they told them. I mean, where you get that notion is that you're better, or you? I mean, is that? I mean, what is that to me? To me, that's a hater. It's jealousy. At the end of the day, it's all jealousy. Because I mean,
It's just
you
weird to me because if you've been in the
jealousy,
B sector long enough or know about the B sector long enough, you know that the only thing they really talk about Brianna is her weight. That's like the go-to. People who know her, people who don't know her, people new to the sector, old to the sector, they first thing they go to is their weight. And I get it because that's just like Wiley. He's cross-eyed. So the first thing they go to is his cross-eyed. Or either his legs, which one is he got like a slew foot, it like turns out or turns
right?
in, or he got a messed up leg too. So those are like the things that they talk about. So I get it. People gonna talk about what do they call it, like your vices or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but or your disabilities or your challenges, or if they think you're ugly, But if you big too and you fat too, like you really ain't got like nothing to stand on here, okay?
Right.
I was just like, yeah, yeah. Bree started dragging her ass, and I was just like, who is this lady? But I guess she's from, I don't know, maybe she's from the black sector or from the Mo3 sector. But anyway, somebody paid Brianna to drop her down because that's what they do over here now, right?
Mm.
Like if I have somebody on my panel and the people in the chat is like, drop them, drop them, drop them, I will pay you to drop them because they don't want to hear them or don't want them on the panel. So they'll send like the host a cash app.
Right.
And I mean, it
Okay.
gets up there sometimes to like the hundreds of dollars
Damn,
just to
man.
drop somebody off the panel.
Mm. Just so they can get on the panel and talk shit.
Right. Just so they can get on the panel and talk to you. So that's what Brianna did. She ended up dropping the lady, but she ended up dropping somebody else too. Grown Folks TV?
Yeah.
Okay, so Grown Folks TV had jumped on Brianna's panel because a what do you call it, transgender had
Hmm.
a man to a woman, so trans woman had
I don't
jumped on
know.
Brianna's panel and Brianna was like interviewing her or whatever. And so GX or Grown Folks TV jumped on there and was telling her, you ain't no woman or you ain't no trans or something like that. And so he was like, and then he, was just going in on the lady, and the lady ended up jumping down. And so Brianna and him then had a conversation. And he was basically, Brianna was like, why would you do that? Why would you jump on my panel and be rude to my guests like that? I wouldn't do that to you, and you would get upset if I did. And he said, no, if I'm coming up here telling my opinions and what I believe or don't believe, then how am I wrong for doing that? But he basically got up there, and Jay Dunn was on the panel too. Jay Dunn is a lesbian, a stud. And Jay Dunn said, well, I'm in the community, and I thought what you did or what you said was rude, to the community or whatnot. And so then he told Brianna, why would you allow somebody like that to, I don't know, somehow they got on children. And Brianna don't have kids. But he said, if you had children, I know you wouldn't allow somebody like that to be an influence around your kids. And so that's when Bree was like, hold up. What do you mean? Like, and this is what I didn't understand about Grown Folks TV. Now, I didn't heard that people say Grown Folks TV. I didn't heard people say that he don't like gay people. He's homophobic. I didn't heard these things about Grown Folks TV. Now, is he really homophobic? I don't know. I can't say. But, sometimes he does come off as a little homophobic. And so what he was telling Bree was, if I had children, I wouldn't let nobody trans be around my kids because that's a bad influence. That's basically what it sounded like he was saying. And Bree was like, no, I don't think that's a bad influence. How is trans people going to negatively influence your child? So how do you feel about that, bro? Because I done been around gay people. I got gay people and lesbian people in my family, in my circle, my friends. And I've never thought of that when I was raising my children, like they're a bad influence on my boys. And my boys never looked at them like, they never even was like, oh, I'm going to be gay because they're gay. Or I want to wear this because they wear this. Or, they never went through that. So
I missed that last part.
how do you feel about what Grown Folks was saying about that? And he even told Bree, he said, don't you dare say that you won't let them influence your that they won't be a bad influence on your children if you ever have kids. And I was like, how he gonna tell Bree, don't you dare say that?
Are you talking about a trans or somebody that's
no trans? Supposedly, like trans, like a man turning into a woman.
So he was trying to tell her, don't she would be a bad influence on kids.
Yeah, that transgenders are bad influence on children.
Well, it's to each his own. I mean, because I know I had got a phone call, but when you was speaking, that's why I had my thing had dropped. But I mean, to each his own. I mean, me personally, I am not going to allow whatever my personal is. I'm not going to allow. As far as the influence, I don't know what it could be a touchy subject, but as far as like influence, I don't know what level of influence are they talking about. Like, it would the influencing that child or your children to be turn out like them or to do whatever. I mean, I don't know. It just depends. But as far as having like an influence, I'm not gonna leave my child in the presence of a person that is trans, like expecting for me. No, that's like expecting for me to take my grandson or whatever to a trans, to a person that like say they own a daycare, and it's like, okay, how am I going to look at this if this person is teaching my grandson or whatever about whatever that lifestyle is? Well, for one, it's not up to that individual whether they the teacher or not. It's not up to them to train. It's just not up for them to teach. It's really the parents. It's the household. It's really, if an outside influence has more influence and control over your own child or your children or your home, that's a problem within yourself. It ain't them.
I agree.
So, it's not them. I mean, me personally, if that's what my child didn't want to subject themselves to, then okay, fine, that's on you. I mean, it is what it is. Just know that there's repercussions and consequences that come with that area or that way of life. So if that's what you're willing to deal with, then fine. But you're not gonna drag me nor your mother or nobody else into what it is that you choose. I'm not gonna sit around here and say, well, hey, I'm all for go cut your dick off or go get you the dang implant. I don't care if that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, but you're not going to make it a forefront as though, well, this is the thing and the end thing now is to be. No, I'm not about to do all that. When it comes to y'all want to say, well, we want these rights, we want this. That's on you. You fight for your rights. Simple and
And I
plain. If that's how
do,
you want to live, you
and I
know.
did hear I can't remember where it was, but it was a particular state. Some laws are supposed to be getting passed so that children couldn't have nothing done to them like that until they are a certain age, because of the fact that even grown people have done something and wanted it to be reversed, and they couldn't, or it's more difficult to have it back reversed, or especially if the young. Like me personally, I'm the kind of person, I've always told my sons, even though they straight boys, and I always figured they would always probably be straight. But I always said this even to friends or family. If they turn out and they want to be something else, or they think they gay, or think they were born to be a woman, or whatever, I would still love them and respect them as they were my children. You know what I'm saying? Just because I might not believe, or just because you're not maybe one of those parents who don't believe in gay relationships or something like that, I am not the judge of nobody, because I know one. If you want to take it from a biblical perspective, as a lot of people do when it comes to the community, they say one sin is not greater than another sin. You know what I'm saying? So, and I really hate that too, how some people be throwing the Bible at gay people and they committing 9 of the 10 commandments. You know what I'm saying? Like you committing all of them. But then y'all want to throw bricks and stones at them because they want to live their life like this. But you over here doing this and doing that and stealing and killing and robbing and, assaulting and, just doing everything, abusing and getting drunk and, there's all these other things that it might say you shouldn't do in the Bible. But, to me, it's like, I've been around too many gay people growing up and in my family to where I've never thought about, oh, they're going to have be a bad influence on my child, or I never thought about that at all. But, to each his own, like you said. I just feel like sometimes people just take it too far where they being just disrespectful. It's one thing to state your beliefs and what you don't believe in, but when it comes to people being gay or trans or something, why would you even jump on their panels? Why would you even watch them? Why would you even get them a click and a view if you don't believe that they should be dressing up as a girl if they were born a man, or things like that? So I'm glad Brianna did, stand her ground on that. As far as letting grown folks know, nah, that's not cool what you did. Jumping on the panel like that, and but it is what it is. It is what it is. I have never had children who wanted to be gay or trans or lesbian, so I can't really say from that type of perspective as raising a child like that. But I can say that I know for sure I would still love my children and accept them. I might not accept all their beliefs, but I would still accept them. Like for example, I have a relative whose mother loves and accepts her, even though she's a lesbian and been a lesbian damn near all her life. But she can never bring a wife there, a girlfriend, or anything like that to stay at her mother's house, like if she was home for the weekend. Stuff like that. Um, but if it was a guy, married or not, you can stay here for the weekend. So I know there are a lot of families who are like that. They're like, okay, like, can we just sleep in separate rooms? They be in the basement, I be in the attic, like still can't even do that. So, when it comes to certain things like that, to each his own. But I just know I'm pretty much sure that I would still love and treat my sons the same way I treat them now. Even though they might look different and run around with some lipstick on or some lip gloss that's popping more than mine, I might be a little jealous, but but yeah, but that's all I have to say about that. I don't know if you want to say anything about that. Feel free if you want to say add on to that, bro.
I'm good, good. I mean, I'm just here just listening.
All
I'm
right.
I'm
Well,
in the zone. Wait
yeah,
for this her ass on so I can go on back to work. I'm about an
I
hour
know
outside
that's
on.
right. get your grind on. I know y'all down there grinding. I'm up here grinding as well. Hopefully, I'll still see you guys this summer for Omaha Days.
Oh yeah, we plan on being there. I'm actually I'm getting my ring. Well, I know that'll be about around what you call it, College World Series, but
Yeah.
I'll have my room together because now I get my other daughters they want to come, so I don't know what the hell y'all gonna do, but y'all gonna be staying at your grandma's house, 'cause,
Mhm.
I ain't, you ain't staying with me.
Right. Well, you know we're gonna be kicking it over here for Omaha Days. Oh, yeah, yay, yay, yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my tools back because I'm gonna do some work on mom's house because there's a few things I want to get done, and I'm gonna get there probably. I'm most likely get there maybe Tuesday night, Tuesday morning. Just depends. If I leave that Monday, then I'll get there Tuesday. 'Cause see, I need a few of these some of these good carpentry and black electrician folks to come and look at my. I want to get some estimates and
Mm-hmm.
stuff while I'm there, so we can start kind of. Mom getting up there. Mom's 70, 71, so it's like
Right.
we
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure she's good. Let her be able to see her great grandkids more often. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my kids, you already know. Shit, they think I'm bullshitting. I count down every day for me. I'm
I know
empty
that's
nester
right.
for real. 'Cause, I renewed this lease. They want to, but I said, yeah, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but the time is ticking. So you better have your time. You better have your career. I don't give a damn what you gonna do. But I know one damn thing. When I shut this motherfucker down, when I walk up out of this home, I don't know what to tell y'all, but y'all definitely, I don't give a damn if I got 1,000 acres and 100 bedroom home. Shit, you gotta have your own.
Right.
Um, nope. I'm at that point in life now. Nah, yep. Adios. Love y'all. I'll see my
Mm-hmm.
grandkids from time to time. You can bring them by from time to time, but nah. Other than that, nope. We
Yep.
we
Yep. Well,
we
I
the past.
know. We got family coming in. You know how it goes Omaha Days. People who
Mm-hmm.
grew up in Omaha, they're gonna be traveling in for the week. So I'm expecting to see a lot of people, a lot of friends and relatives,
Oh
come
yeah.
back for the week, and you guys too. You and sis. But yeah, we're gonna be kicking it. I'm gonna be over here grilling and stuff, and we're gonna be,
Oh, okay.
turning up,
You know,
turn.
you
You know
already
how we
know.
do.
I'll be in the backyard, so I don't know what you
Yeah.
like. Get away from my house. Get away from my house. Not my house. I'll smoke it right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But you guys, yes, thanks for tuning in. You guys, make sure you like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to contribute to the Hood Table, it's $ the Hood Table 402 for the Cash App. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys. I'll probably be on here again. Maybe what's today? Maybe Friday night.
That's what I
We
said.
haven't done a
Today is
Friday night live in a minute.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
the
haven't.
draft, yeah, the draft start tonight, so you already know what's going on.
Yeah. So I'll be hitting you up, and I'll be hitting Sislo up and Carmel Diva, about Friday Night Live. But yeah, everybody, make sure you stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood.
Yeah. Brush
Bye.
our teeth, free kills, and free Rob Rack.
Oh my God,
All right, so
you got me laughing over here. I'm choking.
right, all right, all
All right, love you,
right.
bro.
Love you too.